Good morning. Welcome to the Tim Runs His Mouth podcast. I know there's a couple people waiting. I have to open up my spindrift. By the way, I'm not drinking coffee this morning. I don't have any. This isn't a sponsor either. I shouldn't be putting this up here. But look, I can hold my sponsor, Cigars Direct. If you want to go get cigars, go to Cigars Direct. But I can hold my spindrift as if this is really good. By the way, I don't know if you guys ever had this. It's the like sparkling half lemonade, half iced tea. That's called a. Oh my god, my brain's shot. We're already bad when I don't know the Arnold Palmer. Why did I have to start looking that up? It's an Arnold Palmer. I should make the here. I'll make a Arnold Palmer. There we go. So look, I can do this. Arnold Palmer. No, not sponsored by Spindrift, but really good. I hope I need to scan them in my Veebs app and see if they are they're woke or not. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff this morning, including Joe Biden lying again. Also, this TikTok ban, which I think is ridiculous at this point. I want to check, though. My camera follows me, by the way. I'm going to open up my Veebs app, and I really hope that it says, and if you don't know what the Veebs app is, Veebs it's a really cool shopping app where you can scan items and see if they're woke or not compared to your there we go. Compared to your oh nope. It's not good compared to your politics. So I set my my values package at you pick your values in here. It's like a 99 cent a month app. It's really fun to use, but I set it in as conservative and America first, and then you can scan items and see if it matches up with your politics and see if they're giving money to stupid stuff or not, like Planned Parenthood. And I just scanned my Spindrift, and it came back poor. So don't buy Spindrift. Oh boy, I like Spindrift. I'm on a diet. I have to drink my Spindrift here because I'm not doing any kind of heavy. I'm not drinking right now. So also it's 9 a.m., which is a good time to drink, right? All right, so let's talk about the news. Welcome to the show, by the way. If you guys want to comment, like, share, subscribe, all those things. We are on Rumble every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to do this like going to the gym. It's like going to the gym. We'll be hanging out here on Rumble with you guys. All right, so here's Jerry Nadler yesterday or the other day when Special Counsel Hur was testifying in Congress. He accidentally outed Joe Biden as lying to the special counsels. Here we go.
Because they were concerned that Trump had lied about possession of those documents and might conceal or destroy them. Special Counsel Smith found that President Trump obstructed his investigation by suggesting that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. At any point in your investigation, did you have any reason to believe that President Biden lied to you?
I do address in my report one response the president gave to a question that we had posed to him that we deemed to be not credible.
Was it clear he didn't lie?
I'm sorry, Congressman.
The report is clear that.
By the way, do you notice that Jerry Nadler has to be told the question by this chick next to him because she at least realizes that Nadler has exposed Biden as a liar here with his line of questioning for Special Counsel Hur.
The report is clear that he didn't lie, or that he caused his staff to lie to you, and that he didn't cause his staff to lie to you. Your report is clear.
By the way, look, this is the other day. There's a chick wearing a mask behind him. Now, maybe that's because Jerry Nadler known for crapping his pants in Congress, and she needs to cover her face so that she doesn't get any poop particles in her nose. But this is, again, the other day, these anti-science cultists wearing a mask. I wonder if she wears it all day long still.
Clear on that. You agree that causing someone to lie to the FBI is a classic example of obstruction of justice?
So hold on. So Jerry Nadler tries to run by it, and after he's advised by this chick next to him, changes his line of questioning because he exposes that Joe Biden lied on the record to the special counsel and probably should be charged with obstruction. Let's watch it again.
Attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. At any point in your investigation, Did you have any reason to believe that President Biden lied to you?
I do address in my report one response the president gave to a question that we had posed to him that we deemed to be not credible.
That means he's lying. That means he lied to the special counsel. That's all that is. He lied to the special counsel. Joe Biden lied to him. And Jerry Nadler exposed it by accident. His little staffer then jumped in to stop him from yapping. And yeah, so there we go. That is that's the problem there, is not. But hey, nothing's going to happen. Why would we expect? Why would we expect there to be any accountability for his actions? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen there. All right, so what else do we have here today? There's a bunch of stuff to cover. You know what? We'll go to this story next. I think this is pretty funny. If you haven't seen this, the FDNY has decided to stop their witch hunt, so they say, for firefighters who booed Letitia James. They were looking for her the other day. When she showed up to the FDNY graduation ceremony, they booed her, which they should have, and they were chanting, I believe, for Trump. And the FDNY then wanted to hunt down all of the people who potentially booed Letitia James, can't have any dissenting thought, to put them through a nifty little just a training to reteach them how to treat the Democrats that they're supposed to be worshiping. So I'll read this article from Fox News here. Leaders of the New York City Fire Department have extinguished, see what they did there, extinguished prospects for a hunt for rank and file members who jeered the Empire State's Attorney General Letitia James when she took the stage for the ceremony last week. At no point was there an investigation into members booing. Yes, there was. There was a document that went out that said that absolutely there was. At no point was there an investigation into members booing. And FDNY spokesperson told Fox News Wednesday, appearing to contradict reports of an internal email. There was literally an internal email that said that they were looking for these people to send them to a training. But now they're denying that happened. FDNY Chief of Department John Hodgins handed down a fiery list of talking points last week, according to the New York Post, after some members booed James and chanted for Trump as she took the stage during a promotion ceremony at the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn. They have a Christian Cultural Center. And then there's a million ads following up on Fox News. But the FDNY no longer conducting their witch hunt right now. Fun. I guess they got tired of the bad press on that one. But when they say that they're stopping this, it doesn't mean that they're stopping this. They're continuing this. They're just not going to publicly say it anymore. That's all that means. For those of you playing along at home. So there we go. Letitia James, they have stopped hunting. By the way, I've seen some pictures of her, man. They really give her some flattering angles on mainstream news. Woof. Is that a rough one? I want to talk about this TikTok ban, by the way. The TikTok ban, I believe, is a Trojan horse in Congress. A lot of people are starting to wave the flag on that. And here is Tucker Carlson the other day, one of the people who brought this up. Very interesting. In a classified briefing this afternoon, attended by officials by the Biden Justice Department, I can read, Alexander AOC claimed that Elon committed election interference in 2022 by changing the algorithms on X to alter the results of the midterms that year. I don't think AOC understands how elections work. Also, I don't think she understands how free speech works and how platforms are free to do whatever they want. But she changed the algorithms. How dare Elon Musk allow free speech to happen on X? By doing that, he apparently has altered the results of the midterms because their propaganda couldn't get through as clearly as it did before. And there's actually a balance to what's being said on X. That's apparently election interference. Not coincidentally, the anti-TikTok legislation now being debated on the Hill would allow the federal government to force the sale of any social media platform that interferes in elections. Just so you know, that's what's coming in 2025. That's from Tucker Carlson the other day. Yes. I mean, there's a very clear reason that is what's happening here. There's no reason for these people to go after TikTok. And I'll tell you why there's no reason to go for Congress to suddenly go after TikTok. It's because there have been so many instances of Chinese spying over the years that the government has done nothing about. And now suddenly we're concerned about TikTok. Now, it's one thing if TikTok was, if they focused on it and they're focusing on the Chinese spying portion of the program, but the propaganda portion of the program where children in America get all of the trans ads you could possibly want and all of the propaganda about how great it is to be trans, and your Dylan Mulvaney came from TikTok, and all of these ridiculous mental illness people come from TikTok. Of course, Libs of TikTok exposes all of that stuff. It's made a hell of an account from just posting what crazy people post on TikTok. But in China, they don't get the same content. The kids there not getting the same stuff. Now, I want to go through a couple of the different stories here, and I mean, I can start with this one, right? This is a fun one. I always like pulling these up because I'm never paying for the paywall. So you can just see here. Oh, look, it does show up there. I'm not paying for the paywall, so they can shove it. But get fact checked with coverage. Get fact check coverage with unlimited access from the Washington Post. Shove it. I'm not paying for it. But you can see somewhere there inside Hunter Biden's multi-million-dollar deals with a Chinese energy company. That would show up. Here, I can show it this way. I'm just not paying for the paywall. So they can shove it. So yeah, no, I mean that is one thing that happened over the past couple of years. And here again, you have Hunter Biden, who has a multi-million-dollar deal. So that means that China and the big guy are in bed together. But nobody cares about that. Only TikTok. I'm just going to leave that up. Forget I'm never paying for the paywall. So don't worry about it. It's just not happening. We're not paying for the paywall here. But also, there are a few other things that we seem to memory hole about Chinese spies in our government. How about this one? Senator Feinstein, who's now, God rest her soul, wherever it is, had a Chinese spy working for her for 20 years. And our federal government didn't care. Nothing happened. Just blown off. Details surfaced about Senator Feinstein and the Chinese spy who worked for her. This article is from 2018, by the way. It happened 5 years ago. So we're talking about 2013 then. But additional information, again, she was in office from like 1830 to just recently. It happened 5 years ago, but additional information is just surfacing about how the Bay Area senator's office was infiltrated by a Chinese spy. The Bay Area is a hotbed of Russian and Chinese espionage. Late last year, the feds shut down the Russian consulate in San Francisco. Who cares about that right now? But he was with her. New details emerged Wednesday about a Chinese spy who managed to stay by Senator Dianne Feinstein's side for nearly 20 years. 20 years she had a Chinese spy with her. Oh, is this a video of it? Let's watch the video, shall we? If this works. And it's not working. Of course it's not. Why? Why would they keep that up? So Dianne Feinstein had a Chinese spy with her for 20 years. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. And now we're just now getting around to TikTok bans. Then there's this character who is a interesting character, to say the least. Swalwell won't answer questions about relationship with suspected Chinese spy. Again, here's Fang Fang and Eric Swalwell. Let's blow this up. Good morning, Salty Zombie. And I hate clicking on things. No thanks. You're going to see me as I go through these articles. Anytime there's a paywall, I'm just not going to pay for it. I'll just leave the paywall up. I don't care. But if we're worried about the TikTok spying on us, why have we not expelled Eric Swalwell from Congress? Why has there been basically no investigation, and it was blown off, the relationship with Eric Swalwell and Fang Fang, where he was obviously the bottom to her top, and she was able to get whatever she wanted out of him, which wasn't sex, I'll tell you that. You want to talk about drawing the short straw. Can you imagine going to whatever Chinese military academy, I don't know, spy academy, their version of the CIA, the FBI, and they're like, hey, guess what? You're going to have to go bang Eric Swalwell and get secrets. And you're like, is this guy that we can get secrets out of? And they're like, yeah, he's a rube. He's stupid. You can go get whatever you want out of him. And he's lonely. So go get him, Chinese spy. But he's Imagine the disappointment Fang Fang had the morning that she pulled the straw. I'm assuming she pulled the short straw for having to go hook up with Eric Swalwell to get information out of him. But no internal investigation. Nothing really ever happened to Eric Swalwell. We just kind of brushed it under the rug. The fact that he was with a Chinese spy. But we're going to go after TikTok now. Right? Again, things that our government just will blow off. Like, say, I don't know, a Chinese spy balloon that just casually floated over the United States. We just allowed that to happen. I like that, by the way. I just pulled that up, and that's where we're gonna. I'm just gonna give you the pile of images. But a Chinese spy balloon casually flies over the United States, and we just let it go. Give me an ABC. Give me a picture of an ABC News. There you go. So they allowed this Chinese spy balloon to just casually float over the entirety of the United States. But now we're worried about TikTok. Again, there are priorities in this government. This TikTok ban has nothing to do with Chinese spying and has everything to do with controlling free speech. It's sort of like Patriot Act Part 2, a modern day Patriot Act. Here we are 23-ish years later, about 22 and a half years later, past 9/11. And it is just Patriot Act Part 2, a modern day Patriot Act for all of us to follow, because we want to stop Chinese spying, even though Hunter Biden has open business dealings with China. You've got Dianne Feinstein, who has 20 years had a Chinese spy working with her. Eric Swalwell banged a Chinese spy. There was a Chinese spy balloon that casually flew over this country. Nothing happened. And there's hacks almost daily. Oh, and don't forget the record number of Chinese foreign nationals that were crossing the southern border every day. That's happening. But as far as TikTok ban, we got to take care of that right now. We don't care about any of that other stuff. Actual Chinese foreign nationals crossing our border, southern border, probably military. They all are military-age men that are crossing the border. So that's what's happening. We'll allow that to happen, but we need to make sure we take care of TikTok right now. All of a sudden, now that's a priority. They didn't want to ban it under Trump, but now, suddenly, just before the election, and you can best believe the first property, the first social media company that they go after, that our federal government goes after, will not be TikTok. They might touch TikTok a little bit. They're going after X. They're going after Elon Musk. That's exactly what's going to happen here. There's no doubt in my mind. That's exactly what is going to happen here. So, other things that happened yesterday, Janet Yellen got out and talked about inflation. I thought this was just delightful. Early, I believe it was in 2021 when inflation was crazy, and it's still going crazy. Janet Yellen came out and said that inflation was just transitory. And it is, she suddenly had to apologize for it. Here's this clip yesterday.
In 2021, you did say that inflation was transitory. Do you regret saying that now?
I regret saying it was transitory.
I regret saying it was transitory. She looks like a lawn gnome. And she just is, I don't trust any of these people, but where does she get her haircut? Mushrooms are us?
It has come down, but I think transitory means a few weeks or months to most people.
So you have to remember, the only reason that Janet Yellen is responding to this and saying that she apologizes for saying it was transitory was because she got busted. She got busted lying. And that's why that's happened. If she didn't get busted lying, if they weren't clearly objective numbers that are coming through on inflation, she would have never apologized for it. She would have never covered for it. And that would have just never gone anywhere. So Janet Yellen caught lying. And that's what they did. Yesterday, we covered the jobs report here and how the jobs report has been altered and moved down almost 50% in some cases. 11 months out of the last 13 months. And that's no different. This is a no different situation than that. Again, they're just caught lying. But they haven't apologized for the jobs numbers. They just say that's a normal issue. Finally today, I'm going to cover the last thing here. Julio Rosas over on Twitter, decent guy, that Julio, caught a little story about the Dominican Republic throwing out and deporting Haitians who enter the country. I wouldn't want to have Haitians in my country right now. I don't know about you guys. I know that we do have them here in mass because, of course, the Biden administration is happily allowing in these people who may be part of a cannibal gang. Who knows? But here, this is a story from CBS this morning about Dominican Republic dumping Haitians back on the side of their border.
As Haiti's political future hangs in the balance, the neighboring Dominican Republic is cracking down on undocumented Haitians, rounding them up and sending them back to their country.
¿Qué pasó? Que nos tratan como perros.
They treat us like dogs, this man told us after he was released, adding we were detained since yesterday with no food, nothing.
This is the fourth truck that we've seen here in just the past 4 hours. This is a scene that happens every day here at the border.
Earlier in the day, this woman collapsed as she was being taken off an overcrowded immigration truck. Haitian-American Dana Josephs happened to be driving by, put her in the back of his truck, and rushed her to the hospital.
It could be my family, but even though I don't even know her.
It could be my family, but even though I don't even know her. No. Here's the thing. These people are illegally crossing into the Dominican Republic, and the Dominican Republic is doing a crazy concept, this crazy thing that is very foreign to CBS News and our leftist media. They are deporting the people who are illegally crossing into their country. Crazy concept, an absolutely crazy concept. And what should be happening here? But it's not. They are wowed by this. They're like, wait, hold on. How are you able to do this?
So this is
It's so inhumane. How dare they? A woman collapsed. You know, it's not like her fault that she illegally entered another country and she's getting deported.
my car that I have to use just to save her life. I'll do it.
These scenes.
By the way, hold on. It was such an emergency. It was such an emergency to get this woman to the hospital that the CBS crew was able to load up and angle their cameras and get the shot down for them to go to the hospital in the truck, by the way.
Just to save her life, I'll do it.
These scenes at the border comes at a moment of desperation for Haiti after a coalition of Haitian stakeholders and international leaders, including the UN.
So what? If you don't want to be deported, don't enter another country illegally. That's it. Dominican Republic actually trying to maintain their country, and they're deporting people, and CBS is making it sound like it's such a terrible thing. Because, of course, we have a wide open border here, and CBS is like, whatever, nothing's happening. That is it. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to try to do these every day. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. We're going to make them longer. We're going to make them a little bit more well-produced. We're going to go through this every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern because, you know, I get up to do the David Webb Show. And I think to myself, why not just get up and do my own show every morning? I've been trying to do these at night. I think that's the wrong way to go. I think we do it in the morning. We hang out. We have a great time. We cover the news of the day, and then we can go about our days. That's how we do this. There will be a little bit longer, too. We're going to add in interviews as well pretty soon, but I'm just warming up. We're warming it up. This is what we call warming up the account. And, of course, it'll be here on Rumble all day long. You can watch the Tim Runs His Mouth podcast all day long, and wake up with me in the morning. I'll be just as grumpy as you the entire time. I'm Tim Young. There's Tim Runs His Mouth. Our sponsors, of course, Cigars Direct. You can go hang out at Cigars Direct. Go get all of your cigar needs, whether it be lighters, humidors, cutters. They've got all the swag you can think of, too. And all of your premium cigars, of course. And daily smokers. CigarsDirect.com. There we go. Look at that. We're going to flash it a couple of times right there. Until tomorrow, though, I'm going to go about my day. I've got a lot of work to do here today. I'm sure you do as well. And we will see you very soon here. Tim Runs His Mouth podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. We're going to have more of a conversation as this grows in the mornings. On your way to work, come and tune in with me, Tim Young, on Rumble. And we will have it soon, probably on X and on the YouTube as well. But I just want to make sure that it's on Rumble so that my free speech is protected, just in case I say some of the naughty words that you're not allowed to say over on the old YouTube. So Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow me at Tim Runs His Mouth. I will see you next time, which is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. See you soon, folks. It's been great hanging out. Talk to you later.